The Night Agent on Netflix tells the tale of Peter Sutherland, a young FBI agent involved in a plot that could have catastrophic effects on his nation. In the 10-episode season, he learns what the villains are up to and how to stop them, while also questioning the allegiance of everyone in their immediate vicinity. Since Peter had been trying to avoid any situation like this, particularly in light of what had happened to his father, the pursuit of the truth places his entire life in danger. We've got you covered if you're interested in learning what happens at the conclusion of the season and what it means for Peter's future. FBI agent Peter Sutherland put a halt to an explosion that might have killed thousands of people a year ago. Now he is being pursued by conspiracy enthusiasts who think he was responsible for the explosion. He doesn't get a promotion for saving the day. Instead, he's made to labor in the lighthouse's basement, without any windows. He watches for the phone to ring on his desk, which can only happen in dire situations, as he reviews reports. The phone finally rings after several months of no sound, and Peter answers to discover Rose Larkin on the other end. She learned the code from her aunt and uncle, night agents, whom she was unaware of. A couple of assassins who are now after her kill them. Prior to her meeting at the White House the following day, Peter is tasked with keeping her secure. She does, however, warn Peter that there is a mole in the White House and that nobody can be trusted. Rose and Peter discover the truth while avoiding the deadly assassins who are determined to murder them. They learn that the mole was also involved in the explosion from a year ago that Peter managed to put a halt to. They gradually realize the full picture and learn that the President of the United States will be targeted by those near to them. Peter and Rose learn that the metro explosion, which was truly an attempt to kill Omar Zadar, was caused by Vice President Ashley Redfield and Gordon Wick. Redfield regarded him as a potentially harmful individual, but the president wanted to be on good terms with him because, in spite of his political views, he was about to take office as the leader of his nation. Redfield therefore plotted with Wick to blow up a train that would pass directly beneath the cafe where Omar Zadar was meant to be. They are carrying out their scheme without Diane Farr, who they are aware is also involved with them, but she reveals that they have been ignoring her. Redfield and Wick have modified their tactics, but they still want Zadar gone. The president is now the focus. She is scheduled to meet Zadar at Camp David, where they will both perish in a blast. Peter and Rose smuggle themselves into Camp David with Farr's assistance, where Redfield has already sequestered himself in the bunker in preparation for the detonation. Rose tries to unjam the communications, which have been blocked to prevent any communication that might jeopardize the plot. She discovers the solution just in time, and the president is informed prior to the detonation. Peter, however, finds that the aircraft also contains a second bomb. He holds the president hostage and requests that her security examine the aircraft, because he knows that if he doesn't, he won't be taken seriously. It appears for a brief moment that the president's security team will kill him, but the bomb is found. Although it bursts, nobody is hurt. Life of the president is preserved. Back at the White House, Peter receives a clear bill of health, disproving every accusation leveled against him by the bad guys who sought to prevent him. In exchange for sparing her life, the president queries what he would like. He wants to know his father's identity. He receives a copy of the footage of his last interview, in which he admits to accidentally giving sensitive information to the Russians. When Peter learns that his father was a traitor, he is upset. The president, however, admits that there was more to the tale. To spy on the Russians, Peter's father had consented to act as a double agent. But when word of the scheme spread, someone killed him. His father was killed in a car mishap that was neither an accident nor a suicide. It was homicide. The president reassures Peter that her father attempted to uphold the values of his nation and was not as bad as the media made him out to be. She then extends a job opportunity to him. She gives him the opportunity to learn what was on the other side of the call he answered, while serving in the night watch after observing how expertly he handled the entire situation. Peter is seen saying farewell to Rose and getting on a plane in the season's final scene. He is currently serving his first covered assignment as a night agent. This provides him with a fitting conclusion because it not only answers his concerns and clarifies his conflicted feelings about his father, but it also provides him with the chance he has been searching for all this time. Peter had long wanted to work as a field operative, but he had always encountered obstacles. He now has what he wanted in the end. At the start of the season, Rose Larkin had to file for insolvency after being forced out of her own business. When circumstances worsened, she believed her work was done. After her aunt and uncle were murdered, she was forced to flee. As she dug deeper into the reality, she rediscovers her talent for cybersecurity. When everything is finished, she promises Peter she'll go back to California and start over, so that she is not harassed by everything that has occurred to her in the past week. She will even acquire a new name and identity. She is seen leading Peter to his pickup in the closing scene, where he then takes off on a flight to his next assignment. They make a commitment to stay in contact, demonstrating their interest in giving their relationship a try. We presume Rose will follow through with her plan and start over in California while Peter is away on a mission. But there's also another chance. When Peter and Rose were still wanted as fugitives, they had the discussion about California. Peter and Rose greet the president after the dust has settled. Peter is then given the chance to work as a night agent. The president may have also given Rose a position since she had shared equal responsibility for saving the day. Her abilities could be extremely helpful, particularly in spying. Could she and Peter be working together again on another assignment, with her providing the brains and him providing the muscle? Peter being dropped off by Rose strengthens this likelihood. Peter's departure point is not the typical terminal. For people like him, the night agents, whose final destination is meant to be kept a secret from everyone, it is set aside. Rose must have the same level of approval as Peter in order for her to be permitted entry. If so, Rose appears to have abandoned her intentions to move to California in favor of working independently on some top-secret projects. One of the night agent's most shady figures is Diane Farr. In the outset, Peter has complete faith in her. She is the only individual in the White House, in his opinion, who is not a mole. Rose has her doubts, and they turn out to be valid when it emerges that Farr was the one who tried to have them murdered by tipping off the assassins. Peter and Rose initially believed Farr was also a part of the metro explosion, but it was later discovered that she started dating Redfield and Wick. She shared their opposition to Omar Zadar and wished for his demise. She does, however, assist Peter and Rose in breaking into Camp David, when she learns that the president has been changed into the new target. One of Redfield's soldiers shoots her in the back, and for a split second, it appears as though she has passed away. Rose returns to discover her alive after the president has been saved and all the explosives have been neutralized. The president befriending Omar Zadar was something Ashley Redfield didn't want to happen. Zadar, in his opinion, was a criminal. He was willing to risk the lives of thousands of people because of his intense hatred for Zadar. He is still in the same job a year later. He wants Zadar gone, but this time his desire has succeeded. He wishes to assume the role of the president, which would make him the leader with total authority. Redfield is prepared to kill numerous additional individuals once more simply to get the president killed. Along with his daughter, he waits out the explosion in the emergency room. He is unaware that Maddie has discovered what he is doing. She declares that even if he is elected president, she will still expose what he did and wants to be fired. He makes the decision to let her go despite fully understanding that the explosion is about to occur at any minute. Rose vows to exact revenge now that she is aware that Farr was the one who gave the command to have her aunt and uncle killed. Farr fears Rose will kill her, but she actually works to keep her living. She opposes Farr taking the simple route out. She wants her to be detained and brought before a judge so that everyone can learn about everything she did and the victims she murdered. By confining Farr to a prison cell for the remainder of her life, Rose hopes to bring justice to her aunt, uncle, and Lorna.